I'm actually in support of the change of the currency. That's our note that we're having. Because me looking at the money we have in Nigeria here, you find out that the monies, most of them are bad. They are so even when somebody comes to withdraw, you give the person that kind of money, they don't like accepting it. They'll tell you changes. We need mint money, we need new money. And I've tried to like compare it with foreign currency. Look at it, the money, their money over there is not as dirty as our money.
Hello, welcome to another interesting edition of Eyes on the Street. My name is Sinafi Omanga. On this week's edition of Eyes on the Street, we'll be finding out from Nigerians on what they think about the redesigning of the Naira notes, of the high denomination of the Naira notes. What are their thoughts? Let's hit the street as we hear from Nigerians on what they think.
My take on this whole thing is it has advantage and it has disadvantage. The advantage is that it will make costs like EFCC to nab some of these politicians that have stored money in tanks, homes and all that, and it started happening already. That's the only good thing. But then on the other side, how does this improve the economy? How does it affect the people on the streets and all that? It's not about just, you can't just wake up and then choose that you want to change money and all. We all know how these things, the processes and everything, the effect on the economy and all that. This country, a whole lot of things are not happening. And what the government is thinking now is changing money, changing some denominations to no one. Is it something that you just go to any to the meeting and then you just do? Seriously, me, I don't know, but it's not our problem now. That's not our problem. We have a lot of problems in this country that governments that are supposed to top the list of the things that government should be thinking and not.
I will not disobey government. Government will do what they want us to do. Government and then will not number one Nigeria. Anything government decide to do, they will do it. So whether they change Naira or not change Naira, I will still continue my business. So changing of Naira will not do me anything.
I know good now when they change the money now because we no get bank, we keep our own for house. So how we can change how we go to change our own because the time why I put my money for that one bank, they remove my money more than 150,000. And they, more than 150,000 because I don't get anybody. I leave them with the God. So my money not there from house. Yes. So I know where I'm going to change my own.
I'm actually in support of the change of the currency. That's our note that we're having. Because me looking at the money we have in Nigeria here, you find out that the monies, most of them are bad. They are so even when somebody comes to withdraw, you give the person that kind of money, they don't like accepting it. They'll tell you changes. We need mint money, we need new money. And I've tried to like compare it with foreign currency. Look at it, the money, their money over there is not as dirty as our money. So for me, I actually like the support of them changing the currency, giving us a new note.
In respect of redesigning of the new currency, I think the central bank governor is in the right shape. It's in the right track because a lot of things have been happening. Number one, those politicians, because we want to elect the president of our choice. Some of them that have been hoarding this money, let's see how they are bringing it to the bank. But the most important thing is for the bank themselves and the EFCC to do their own job, to ask questions, where is this one coming from? When somebody will bring trillions, instead of him to be keeping money in the bank, you go and store it at home. Some of them are stealing money, but they don't know how to pass it through the bank. That's why I accept and agree with the central bank governor. And he has authority, he does not need to consult the finance minister. After all, the FAMSEC is a member of the central, FAMSEC Minister of Finance is a member of the central bank governor board. So he's supposed to might have been informed.
Well, for me, that is not a good idea. Because one, does redesigning the Naira notes will it affect the value of the Naira? Considering that the Naira has devaluated in the international market. Now, redesigning it, will it add value to it or will it still devalue it? And again, redesigning the Naira note is like leaving the major problem. It's like having a house with a leaking roof and then you are trying to repaint it. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that the roof will still be leaking. So why don't them address the main issue? Yes, there is no money circulation. And then I read some comments on the social media that said some kidnappers and some politicians has money stored in in the GP tanks or wherever. If you know those people, why don't you apprehend them and have them release the cash? So do you think, okay, if you resign the money, they'll still have a way to go about changing it and still store it back where they kept it? So why don't you apprehend them and have them release the cash? Those that needs to be punished should get punished. So I don't think that redesigning of that Naira note is a good idea.
I don't really know whether that is the right thing to do. Instead, why can't them focus on the problem we have on the ground already, like the hunger and other things, than going to go and change the Naira? I don't think that is the right thing.
I think it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea because left for me, there's nothing changes. It's still the same thing. Yeah, because designing the Naira did not change the currency because it's still the same thing. Designing like 200 or 100 Naira does not make the money to change, or it does not change the economy. Designing the Naira did not change the economy, so it's not a good idea. I don't see anything inside there.
There you have it. Why some Nigerians are in full support of the reasons given by the CBN to change the Naira note. Some are asking, how would the redesigning of the Naira note change the cost of things in the market? Because obviously it's like Nigerians are more concerned about the high cost of things in the market than just redesigning. See you again next week. My name is Nafi Omanga.